live yet? Are we live yet? I don't see anything yet.
We're live.
Why am I the last one to know that we're live? Damn it.
Important
Anyway, we
people
appear
first.
to be live, so we're back after a 1 week hiatus. We're back.
Yes, we're back.
We're watching Amazon.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
who are you?
The
First of
bold
all,
What?
let me already put a non-disclaimer on that hashtag that you see right now. All right, now you can go ahead.
Okay, let me put a claimer on it while you're doing that. This is the bold one, the cold one, John Colder Ice, smartest guy in the room, Lawson.
I'm just Brent Leary.
Yep. Hey, man, it's okay to be average, bro. It's okay.
Remember back in the early days of Twitter, there was a dude whose Twitter handle was Average Bro or something like that.
Average bro.
Remember that guy, Average Bro?
I don't remember that guy. He was on
Average
Twitter,
Bro.
but I'm sure, yeah.
He's on Twitter. Oh, by the way, I
Yes.
deserve
Uh-huh.
I think I deserve. Wait a minute. I want to make sure I get this right. I'm
Really?
trying
Are you setting something
I'm
up?
trying some new things. Yes, I deserve this.
Yay! We finally got that stuff.
You deserve this.
All right, let me just tell you, man. I'll get my own damn buttons. So don't play me.
And look who's here. Now we can officially begin. Sven is here.
Hey, Sven. And Bernard Grimsley.
In the house. Is that the guy that was from you grew up with or something like that?
In the projects of New
In the hood.
York City.
In the mean streets.
Yes, they were not mean streets. They were the best place. Oh, my God. We had such good fun growing up in the projects, believe it or not.
The PJs.
Yes.
Remember that Eddie Murphy thing? They called it the PJs. That was that like a claymation kind of show?
Yeah, there was a good show for half a minute. It's the writing, man. The writing matters.
Cuz says they weren't mean when we were kids.
Nah, they weren't, man. It was actually you had no idea.
Well, that was
the
back
projects
when
was.
People were still just beginning to walk upright. Isn't that? Wait a minute. Isn't that the case?
Now you're gonna put a laugh track on yourself?
Let me try that again. Well,
yeah.
Isn't that when just when people began walking upright? I'm loving this.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Dude. Oh my God.
We actually have okay. Well, there it is. That must have been way back in the day.
That is so true. We had all kinds of people living there. That's so true.
Well, that's I'm guessing that means it's not quite the case today.
No, not as much. Not so much. Not so much.
Okay.
But it still looks the same.
They could put a nice, on
the outside
over there. Put a Whole Foods there.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right. So watching Amazon and beyond. Let me before we jump into the Amazon stuff, I would love to get your take on the big news of the week. Intuit buying MailChimp.
That's crazy.
$12 billion.
Billion dollars, bro.
Billion.
$12 billion. That's insanity, man. That's congratulations first for that entire team, a homegrown Atlanta startup. Awesome news. And what's the big question? I mean, what's on your radar there?
No, I'm just curious. What are your thoughts? What is your impression when you first heard that news? What ran through that mind?
12 billion. I was just like, really? Is it so the street number was 10 billion, which I thought it was a lot, and then they got 12 billion. So that's a lot. I don't know how many customers they have. They are the at least on people's lips, the brand name they established very well. So
I'm gonna try this joke out.
oh God, come on, comedy.
This will be like my third attempt at this. So okay. MailChimp getting bought by Intuit for $12 billion. That's definitely not chump change, but it is MailChimp change. Yes, it is.
And you pushed the wrong button. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna go. So here's one thing.
But I do have some serious thoughts on this.
Yeah, what you got?
Because everybody's kind of fixated on the the number.
Yeah,
it's a huge number. All right. But let's think about this a little deeper. Back in 2013, a company called Salesforce.
Oh, here we go.
Bought a company called ExactTarget, which is the email marketing. They were like the email marketing leaders back in the day. This is 2013, and they bought ExactTarget for $2.5 billion. And ExactTarget kind of became the foundational piece to Salesforce's kind of marketing foundation. Not just email marketing, but marketing foundation. Because one of the pieces that were also in that $2.5 billion acquisition was this little company based in Atlanta called Pardot. Now, a lot of people would have, hadn't heard of Pardot. They heard ExactTarget, but a lot of the folks like the CRM insider kind of dudes, we were like, the best part of ExactTarget was Pardot, and they had just bought Pardot. Like it seemed like days before this acquisition for about $100 million. So Salesforce spent $2.5 billion, which was like a huge up. People were like, "What?" Now people are like, "Yeah, that definitely made sense." Because guess what? Email marketing was just starting to take off back then in a big way.
Yeah.
8 years later, when all these new social channels and new devices and everybody's saying emails going away, is going to be dead. Nobody's going to be sending emails. Nobody's going to be doing email marketing. Guess what? There are more email marketing messages going out now than there were 8 years ago. Actually, $12 billion 8 years from now might be chump change.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. Okay. I mean, this little known company you're talking about versus this conglomerate that is MailChimp is just not the same. You can't draw the same line, bro. I mean, listen.
But first of all, hey, Meredith, nice to see you.
Hey.
Have fun at Hot Yoga.
Here's the thing.
All right, go ahead.
As of 2019, last time, right? They had about 11 million active customers. Right. So I don't think Pardot or had anything near that. You know what I'm saying?
We're not talking about active customers with Pardot. And once again, Pardot was bought by ExactTarget, not by Salesforce.
Right.
ExactTarget already had email marketing kind of locked down in the enterprise space.
Right.
Pardot was this marketing automation piece. It really wasn't email marketing. It was the marketing automation piece, which now people have kind of morphed that into things like journey orchestration.
Yeah, but you don't have to make it that. It doesn't have to be that complicated.
It is.
I mean, because MailChimp is full of SMBs and individual, mom and pop businesses, micro businesses, right? Yep. And Intuit is the
king of micro businesses, right?
Right. So, I mean, the two together just make a lot of sense.
Peanut butter and jelly. It's like they're very complementary because when you think about Intuit and you think about QuickBooks, you think about Quicken. You think about QuickBooks.
You know what's happening?
Yeah, you're gonna let me finish before you
Yeah,
jump in and talk about
but
your
go
normal
ahead,
tab.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, not really sorry. But
They acquired Mint. They acquired just last year. They spent $7 billion on Credit Karma.
Right. Yeah,
So
but
they've got
this is
all
not.
this
It's
kind
not
of.
about them.
No, it's about the overall. It's not about the individual pieces.
Well,
but
I
it's
want to
about
let's talk about
bringing it all to.
I think we all talked about this just a couple of weeks ago, though.
I didn't.
I think when we were on your other show with Paul, we were talking about it. How
that's because the rumor came out. Remember, it was like a couple of weeks before they actually came out. They were in talks, and it was like I think you said 10 billion. That was at the time. That's what it was, the rumor or whatever. Now they've closed. Well, they've agreed on 12 billion.
Right. So, but I think these SMB services are now putting a fortress around multiple. It's not enough to be a single component. You need to be, you know what I'm saying? You need to be all inclusive now.
Services.
Yes. And that's just part of this movement. And I think we're going to see more of that in this industry for SMB, where it's like you're going to pick this one, or this one, and you're going to get everything you need.
Right. No, I totally agree. And the reason why this makes sense for Intuit, because they got the money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's if they could spend $7 billion last year and $12 billion this year, I mean, they are rolling.
I mean, they probably did a couple. They probably made that much this year.
And they're setting themselves up to make even more because they didn't have the email marketing revenue stream that they're about to get now. Matter of fact, and
the reach they're about to get.
Definitely gonna increase the reach. It's the depth. It's breadth and depth in this regard because there's probably a serious set of MailChimp customers that weren't on QuickBooks. And there's probably a number of QuickBooks customers that are not on MailChimp. So it's just great. And then it also, it widens into it and it deepens the relationship, the potential relationship they have with customers.
With their customers. I'm not leaving now.
Yeah. And they tried to do something like this before. I don't know if you remember, but like 10, 12 years ago, Intuit tried to get into CRM and contact management. Remember they made this thing called the customer manager or contact manager?
Probably.
Boy, did that thing die a hideous death. And then they tried to buy a couple of different CRM companies or pieces of CRM companies. Never got it to work.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do, how they bring this together.
Yeah,
but it makes total sense from my perspective.
They need to do a similar play with like what Amazon did when they brought in Zappos. They need to keep the team together and learn from that team. That's what, because Intuit's been around forever. Like you said, they're huge. They're making crazy, but they're not the cool kid on the block.
Well, and quite honestly, MailChimp isn't either. But
MailChimp is the cool kid on the block.
They're not cool at all, but it's a good component. It's a good component to have, particularly if you don't have it.
MailChimp, call me. We cool.
What are you drinking, by the way? What the hell is that?
I am drinking a margarita. It's 5 o'clock here.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to be drinking and hosting. Not the way.
Why not? This is not drinking and driving. Who's going to pull me over?
I don't know. Let me see what Garrett has to say. Who are we bashing? Well, Garrett, now that you mentioned it, you. No,
don't bash my brother.
Not after he's been on with us. I mean, I can't.
That's true.
I can't do it anymore. I feel like I know him now. I can't do it.
No.
Although I might be able to get a little dig in. All right.
Yeah, you're going to try.
Yeah, we're going to try. All right. So I was just on YouTube and was looking for stuff for us to talk about. And apparently Andy Jassy did this long form sit down interview with this brother over at CNBC. I don't know what this guy's name is, but he's like the technology guy. John something, or I don't know. Anyway, I was looking at this and I was like, okay. why don't we take some of the things that Jassy was saying and, do our little
Pick it apart.
analysis on it. Yeah,
Pick it
see
apart.
what we think. See what we think about it.
Let's pick
are you
apart
up for that?
Jassy. Why not?
Okay, we can do it.
This will be a first.
Or worse. I don't know.
Or worse. It's a first or worse.
We'll give it a shot.
All
right.
Yeah.
What do you mean I? What does that mean?
I was going to tell you something. I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay. All right. So I think this first clip is about his thoughts on AI. Ready for this?
Go.
Here we go.
Federal governments should regulate what they want to see and what guardrails they want and how they're going to hold people responsible for using machine learning or AI in an irresponsible way. I mean, there's lots of technology we can all use all the time where you wouldn't want to ban that technology because it's enabled so many customer experiences. But when people are irresponsible with the technology, there should be ramifications. And I think the same should be true here. And I hope the governments, figure out the way they want to regulate it. And and we're interested in helping participate and help. But I do think we could use some regulation there.
All right. Okay. AI, regulating AI, Amazon saying, yeah, there should be. And we want to be a part of it too.
I just want to make sure. This is from the company that just gave away my damn doorbell camera to the police department. Okay, I just want to make sure that we clear that up. Yeah, well, we need some damn regulation.
Maybe that's why it was
people
regulation.
From doing shit like that.
Yeah, that might be a good reason to have some regulation.
That's a very good reason. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. Because it's you we're going to start with the regulations on.
Dang. All right. He definitely had some strong on this
one. Did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did. And it's actually being recorded too. So
it's the truth, bro. I'm all about the truth. That was crazy. And I'm glad they pulled it back. But I mean, hey, they was all in on for a minute there.
Well, think about Sven is seeing if Alabama.
No, it will not, Sven.
I don't think the government of China
exactly. China is making sure that shit won't happen.
Yeah, Anyway, so that was interesting. But you caught the last part of that, and Amazon, he would like Amazon to be a helping hand. So
you know what? I'm giving them some shit, but I mean, absolutely, I agree. Go for it. And I mean, AI is like you talked about in the documentary, and how it's being, you know what I'm saying? How it's racially biased, honestly. So yeah, we need some regulation here.
Well, Facebook, I mean, just last week, Facebook had to apologize once again for their AI not being able to tell the difference between a black man and a primate.
Don't get me started.
So I'm in agreement. I think it's a good idea. I do think that regulation is needed, but I also think, not just Amazon, but any of these big companies, they want in on shaping that
the narrative. Yes,
absolutely.
All
right, let's see what we got up next.
What else he say?
In modern economies today, like the U.S., it's pretty difficult to have the opportunities that are available and that are emergent if you don't have the right educational background. And there's a real division in the country. If you look at households with household income $56,000 or lower, only about 16% of those families have kids that go to college. Whereas if you look at households with over $108,000 of household income, about 82% of those families send kids to college. That's a huge divide. And so if you want to make sure that everybody in the country and really around the world have opportunities to participate in the emerging economy, we're going to make sure we have the right quality of education in all the communities in which we operate.
Some companies, some leaders have said community college should be free and standard.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be very interesting over time to see whether or not we have the same number of four-year colleges 10 years from now, because it's expensive. And I really do believe that we need to do more in this country and across the world in two-year colleges where we focus what people are learning on. You can learn trades and you can learn professions in a concentrated 2-year education. And that could be a path moving forward that's really important.
Thoughts?
Coming from a guy that didn't graduate from high school and has sold millions of dollars and has a couple of startups that are doing really well, I find the conversation about college education and success to be a non-starter for me. Okay. However, having said that, I understand the desire for underprivileged children to go to higher education and higher learning. I even tell a lot of parents what I learned from putting my kid through college was that the first 2 years actually don't matter where you go, right? It's the last 2 years, if you want prestige out of coming from a certain college, those matter. The first 2 years are the most formative years. That's when you cover the basis, and that's when you get the most information. So I agree with that. I'm kind of on the fence about whether new technology is being learned in college campuses. I think that's being learned, in the field versus in the classroom.
Really, it's not, because colleges, and generally, this is a generalization, colleges move way slower than the technology development and advancements.
Yeah.
I mean, it just can't keep up, because individuals, especially with the way technology is today, you can get the expensive technology that you couldn't get your hands on back in the day. It's like flowing like milk and honey at this point. And because of that, the cat's out the bag, man. People don't have to wait for the colleges to teach them and to give them access. They've got it. And all sorts of great things and some not so great things are taking place within a blink of an eye. So I think you're right about that. But I do like, there is a role for education, of course.
Yeah.
And people should have access to all different types of education, so they can pick their path and do it the way that they need to do it in order to get to where they want to go. I don't like it when that option is not available.
And when it's just all the way attached to success. I don't know if that, I think education, but you know what? The difference between educational institution is a huge divide that we need to recognize.
Yeah, I totally agree. Peppering in questions from Sven.
Sven, what's he talking about?
Can Amazon take over WhatsApp? First of all, Facebook will never sell WhatsApp to Amazon.
No.
That ain't happening. Think a WhatsApp integration with Amazon. It'll never happen, because these folks are competitors. They're not willing to help each other out. They want to take each other out for the most part.
I don't even see that being a necessarily good fit either. I don't see Amazon having a communications app being a great fit for the company itself.
You know what? You got to give it up to Facebook. So their acquisitions, Instagram and WhatsApp,
ridiculous.
I mean, they were already closing in on $1 billion active daily or monthly users. Yeah. Now they're at 3 billion. That's almost half the damn world. Half the damn people on the planet are using one of those things. You got to give them credit for that. And I don't think Amazon can touch that. And I don't think they need to touch it. They're doing pretty good on their own.
Exactly. Because all of those people, it's like, let's get everybody and somebody will buy. I don't think they need to do that. They can focus in on those niches that they're already into.
And you talk about regulation.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
It's like, so you got F and one of the A's doing something together. No, that whole FANG thing, they can't do anything together. They missed
the opportunity is gone.
Yeah, I just can't see that. All right, let's see what we got next.
Look at Amazon, all of it across e-commerce, AWS, Whole Foods for snacks during movies and games, just all of it. Where does media fit in strategically? What's the importance of it? And, I mean, are you interested in Sunday Ticket?
Well, I would say, first of all, with respect to the NFL, we have a very important partnership with them. We have on the AWS side for many years, as you know, we do the next gen stats with the NFL, and also their player health and safety efforts, where they're trying to analyze hundreds of hours, thousands of hours of video to understand when you have head injuries or lower extremity injuries, and trying to change rules and equipment to address that. And then of course we took a further step in our relationship with the NFL with Thursday Night Football, and we're very, very excited about that starting in 22. And we're going to try and be inventive in the experience we provide for fans. I think more generally, though, we have a lot of passion and optimism for what we're doing in the media space. I think if you look at the success we've had with Prime Video and Amazon Studios, we have hundreds of millions of people who are watching our original content. The people who subscribe to Prime, get all that content for free. It turns out when they actually consume the video content, they also tend to engage in some of the other activities that are available through Prime. And Prime has a very broad set of benefits that we're increasing all the time. And I think it's still early days for us in media. I think we're off to a great start.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I like
what do you
that.
think? What it said? All right.
I like that. I like that he wasn't, and this is what I talk to you about a lot. It's like you'll talk about, or we'll talk about, Prime, and then we'll talk about Prime Video, and then you'll draw a direct connection to people buying stuff. And I like the fact that he didn't do that. He's like, it's early. We'll see. You know what I'm saying?
He can't do that.
Well, I get it.
Even though we know they're thinking about this, but they're not going to come out and say it. At least not in this clip.
But I just like the fact that he didn't take the easy path. Yeah, he didn't take the bait. I like the fact that he didn't take the bait. He came back with something somewhat thoughtful. I also feel like he should have had a better answer to that question, because that's coming.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought he could have had a more, in-depth answer about what it is they're doing with media like that, but in entertainment and the NFL. But other than that, yeah, I totally agree with him. It's early, and I don't know if they want to just pinpoint exactly what they're going to do. I think they're going to check the data and then let that make some more decisions for them. But I'm sure they're in their labs working on some stuff. Yeah,
and you notice he didn't mention Twitch, which is a media network, if you ask me.
Who didn't?
He didn't. He didn't say anything about Twitch.
That's what I'm saying. So to me, did the interviewer say anything?
Well, he said media, and then Jassy started.
But he didn't say Twitch.
No, that's what I'm saying. He didn't say. He said like Prime and video and the deal with the NFL. He did not say anything about. So that was curious to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is early days. He is honest about that, and I still say Amazon Prime is the Trojan horse. Everything comes out of that sucker. Anything they buy comes out of that sucker. It gets added into the mix. And beyond shipping, which is what the initial draw, look at all the different stuff you get now. I mean, and then they're always up in the ante for that.
Let me ask you a question. How much more are you willing to pay?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
But you're willing to pay more?
Well, as much as I subscribe to already. I mean, I'm Netflix and BritBox and the Disney Plus thing. I mean, I'm subscribed to a whole lot of stuff.
So let me ask you this. If Disney Plus went up $30, would you stay?
I'm out the door.
Okay. So
I don't watch it that much.
If Prime goes up $30, would you stay?
I would, because there's more to Prime than just one channel or one thing.
I think this is a good question. And it really makes a differentiation between, just a regular media company versus the Amazon Prime offering. It's got a lot of runway.
I think this is what the biggest differentiator Amazon has is they've got us hooked because we want free 2-day shipping. Now 1-day shipping. I ordered something that was overnight in 12 hours. Anything you tack onto that is like just sugar. Nobody else has that. Nobody else has that.
But are you willing to pay more?
I'm willing to pay more.
There, that's the thing. That's what I wanted you to say.
I said it. I'm willing to pay more. It might mean at the expense of something else, which is not a bad thing from an Amazon perspective, right?
Yeah, really. So it's like if your budget was XYZ, you would actually maybe remove one of the others to make sure you maintain your Prime status. That's interesting. That's deep.
Here's the other thing about what Amazon has with Amazon Prime. We talked a little bit about how HBO was giving up 5 million of their subscribers that came by way of the Amazon Prime channel. I'm always looking for at the Amazon channels to see what deals they have, and do the free trial or the extended trial, or I might pay for a couple of months, then drop out and then come back if I see something. They've got us doing that.
That's probably why. That's why HBO is like, we're out of here, man. It's like, man, you can't keep giving our stuff away, let people jumping in and out.
Yeah,
that might be. That's a problem.
That comes with Prime. So Prime is like, I just keep saying it's the Trojan horse. Okay, so since we're talking about their media strategy, let's go to this one.
TVs. Just announced them, coming out next month. Is that where it all comes together? The advertising, the Prime content, maybe even shopping on TV? Is that what we should perhaps look for there?
Well, I think we're really excited about the Omni Series Smart Fire TVs that we just announced, and I think they're going to be very capable. It is integrated well with Alexa, so you'll be able to say, Alexa, what should I watch? And it will give you recommendations. You'll be able to say, Alexa, help me find something on Netflix. Say, Alexa, play TikTok. We were the first to integrate TikTok with Fire TV. And so I think for a long time, people have found a lot of value in the viewing experience, but also the selection of content that you have available on Fire TV and with what we have with our channels business. And, and increasingly people will do commerce, in these mechanisms. Between what we do with Alexa and what we do in the living room, I think we have an opportunity to change what's possible for people and what's accessible to people. And, for those that want to use something tactile to manipulate it, they will. For those that want to use voice, I remember so long ago, 15, 20 years ago, how it was so inventive to have an app local and to tap on an app and get what you want. And when you experience great voice apps, it makes tapping on an app so circa 2005. And so I think all those experiences are in the process of being reinvented, and you'll see a lot more of that moving forward.
Yes, I think so. All right, you can go now. Yeah. I
After
think
the
so.
Canned cheers. Yes, sure.
All right, your thoughts. Is it coming all together by way of the Amazon TV? Interesting.
No, it's not. I'm still wondering how many damn microwaves they sold. How many car Alexa things have they sold? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, this is the long game, buddy.
I get it. But again, like I've always said, Alexa's great for making commands. It's not to have a conversation with. So fantastic. You got a TV I can talk to. There'll be 1,000 TVs I can talk to as soon as this one is proven. So I'm not that excited about that one.
You just don't want to admit that I'm right.
I'm not saying that you're not right. I'm saying that there's no direct correlation between Alexa being installed in this TV set and their success in my living room.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. I'm not, let's put it like this. I'm a, Google Home guy. So I'm going to definitely buy the one that works with my system. I'm not changing systems just to talk to Alexa. And I can say Alexa in my house without worrying about something turning off and on. Right.
All righty then. All right, let's go to something that's a completely different thing he's talking about here. See what he's got to say on this.
Yes, our government has had to spend at unprecedented levels to keep our citizens safe. But I think if you look at our debt commitments and you look at where the debt ceiling is, it's a little concerning. And I think it's scary for consumer confidence and for confidence in U.S. businesses and potential credit ratings if we don't make sure that we raise that debt ceiling. I know that that's going to be debated in Washington, but I hope we take care of it sooner than later in Congress.
That's above my pay grade.
Oh, it is? Who's paying you?
Exactly. But I mean, come on, man. Every time we get here, they go back and forth, they piss on each other, and then they raise the debt ceiling. Yeah, who cares?
Do you think people are going to be more tied in to this stuff now? I mean, it feels like we're tied into we're tied in more than we've ever been on all this stuff going back and forth in Washington. Do you think this has the potential to have significant impact on consumers? Like he said, can consumers feel this kind of stuff as it goes on? And are they feeling it more because we've been sitting at home a lot? We haven't been able to get out and do all the stuff we want to do. So we're getting bombarded by watching all the dumb stuff that we see on, particularly on cable TV, cable news. Maybe he has a point about this. I don't know.
Maybe. Americans, man, I love y'all, but y'all don't give a shit. You just really want to spend money. So, I don't know.
You have a problem with that?
No, I have no problem with it. That's actually, I have a problem with us taking everything so seriously when we know that if all things are great, we won't take things so seriously. It's like it will be fine. I'm supposing, but when I said it's above my pay grade, I can't really determine the impact. I'm just not that deep on what our debt ceiling is and whether we're going to pay it off and all. I just don't know.
They're going to pay it because it gets paid every time it comes. Because it's not about future. It's about paying the debts that you've already incurred.
Yeah. Which are huge.
So generally speaking, those are the clips. What were your overall impressions of Jassy as he has settled into his CEO role at Amazon?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me say that again, please. I want to be ready for it.
I said, man.
And I'm going to say, is it like that?
What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah, let's hear you because you're the cheerleader. So
anyway, here's what I think.
Exactly.
I don't know what to make of that yet.
I don't either. It sounds like crickets, but
no, that is crickets.
Okay.
I don't know what to make out of. We got to see how it plays out.
He didn't come off as a personality.
Well, no, he's not coming off like
and I'm not
Steve
comparing
Jobs.
them. I'm not. Yeah, exactly. I'm not just comparing them to Bezos or Jobs. Those two comparisons are just you can't.
Know what? Here's who you compare them to.
Who?
Satya Nadella of Microsoft. I think they're kind of in similar positions, except the fact that before Satya came on board, what's his name? Ballmer. He was the guy in between Gates. Yeah. So that actually I think that actually helped Satya look better, having Ballmer in between him and Gates. Whereas Bezos and Jassy, I mean, he is like the handpicked guy. He was at Amazon for 20 years.
Yeah, so was Tim Cook.
So yeah, maybe that's the more was there.
I think that's closer.
But there's nobody in between Jobs and Cook either.
Right. I think that's closer.
Okay. So maybe that is closer.
I remember when I first heard Cook speak, it was like, yeah, you know, but he found his lane and now he's, you know, who he is. So, you know, that's what Jaffe's going to have to do.
But I think Cook is who he was always who he is. He didn't, except for the wearing the black t-shirt thing. He didn't try to be like Jobs.
No.
Which is smart because really nobody could have.
Right? You know, because they're already comparing you anyway.
Right. So don't I think Jassy comes across like he's not trying to be anything but himself. So
but that's my problem. If that's himself, I'm a little lost right there.
I think what'll eventually happen is if Amazon keeps on the trajectory that they've been on, you know, with the Bezos rocket ship, he could say and look and do almost anything.
Look, man, here you are. I'm just thinking about this. Here you are. You're on the #1 TV show in America.
Yes.
I need some character. So he can't just be the guy. No, but I'm saying he can't just be the guy that was the head of this division and was never on TV. That's who he is right now.
No, that is who he is probably always going to be.
He can't, bro.
Wait a minute. Was anybody trying to be like Bezos before he became rich?
I'm just saying. They
that
will
dude
chew
is
him
as
up.
Goofy as they come, but now that he's the richest person in the world,
but not only did he do that, he got jacked, he got a hot girlfriend, he went to space,
he still got that laugh, you know.
Yeah, I know. He hung out with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Jesse's he's getting ready. He's getting on the scene.
He's getting ready to go on tour.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, he's going to have his little tour persona as well. And I don't think it came through there yet. He probably still working it out, but at some point
he was having a one-on-one conversation. He's not supposed to be doing stand-up.
Man, come on. I need some jokes. I need some asses shaking.
Oh my
people
God.
moving. I need some stuff going on, bro.
Live on Sunset Strip. What the hell?
I'm teasing. It was just a little bit, you know, it was sanguinated. He'll add some color as it goes along.
You know, he was just answering the questions that were coming his way. That's
exactly.
And it was CNBC.
I need you to
only
control.
Person that has a pulse on CNBC is that Kramer dude.
That's it, bro. I need you to control this conversation.
So you need him you want to do it. You want him to have a sit down with Kramer, in other words.
No. I mean, because that was like a softball interview. Right?
Well,
that was a softball interview.
We didn't see the whole. It doesn't
there was
appear
some
like
good stuff,
anything controversial that came out.
That's what I'm about to say. If there's some good stuff, you'd have pulled it, right? So it's like you got a softball interview here. So come with an agenda. I don't think he came with an agenda.
I don't know.
I don't think he came with an agenda.
I think he got what he wanted across.
Good, fantastic.
I don't think he was trying to
questions.
I don't think he was trying to be Shecky Green or anything.
Shecky Green? Who's that?
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know who Shecky Green is.
No. That must have been in your black and white days.
So wrong. All right. Here's another clip, but this is not of Jassy, but this is something that we talked about in previous weeks being put into action. Here it is.
Ability to get into a concert at Red Rocks might be in the palm of your hand.
Tonight, Amazon and Access Tickets launched a new fast security technology called Amazon One. Sloan Dickey reports it could make security as easy as a wave.
The ticket
is on your palm.
as in the palm of your hand.
Isn't that cool? Was that easy?
Amazon and Access Tickets debuting the first ever biometric ticketing booth at Red Rocks Amphitheater.
It's really just another form of identity that allows you to unlock your experience.
Registration is easy. Scan your ticket and your hand.
Once that's done, you're registered, and the next step is find your way into the ingress line, scan your palm, and enter the building.
The technology
Not sure how I feel about it quite yet.
might take a little getting used to.
I was talking to my friend earlier about it, and we were both like, I'm a little unsure, but you know, like it's cool. It's cool.
But executives at Access say this is the ticket to the future.
This has been our baby for a couple of years now. This is it being born. We're super happy about it, super excited.
Now, this technology is already in use at several of Amazon's brick and mortar stores for purchases. The data is stored in Amazon's cloud system, which they say is very secure. Now, we did catch up with several of the people who are attending the concert behind me. Some of them said they were excited to use the technology. Others were a little bit more skeptical. Officials we spoke with said whether you want to use the technology or not is up to you. Reporting live at Red Rocks, Sloan Dickey, Denver 7.
Thanks, Sloan.
Thanks, Sloan.
Sloan Dickey. All right.
Sloan Dickey.
So you go to a lot of concerts. You ready to put your palm out there as your ticket?
I could care less, bro. At this point, I'm sure there's going to be the pushback and the privacy and oh my God. And I don't care, bro. I don't care. You know what's really pissing me off, and this is kind of off, but it's on the same thing. What's pissing me off is that I have to show my vaccination card when Bill Gates already has all this information and it's tracking me in the arm. I don't get that part. That part.
Okay. This went in a completely different direction than I was thinking.
Anyway, what I'm all over. I mean, you know what? If it makes me get in the short line, I'm going to give you my palm print.
Well, I can see that. I was going to say something, but I'm so glad I held back. Politically incorrect. It would have
leave
been
that to me, bro. Leave that to me.
That's your character.
That's my lane, man. Whisper it to me. Whisper it.
Yeah. All right. I'm not ready.
What do you think? Are you going to put your palm in?
I'm not ready for that.
So you're not going to go to the store?
I'm going to go to the store, and
if
I
they
got my
require
phone
the
with
palm,
me anyway.
If they require the palm, you won't do it.
Look, if you need to have your phone with you at all times anyway, I'm good with the phone.
Okay.
I don't need the palm.
Okay. I feel you.
That's why they were.
I'll
you're
just
good?
go for the shorter line. I'll do
See,
it. I will
tempting
give up
me.
my palm for the shorter line. I suck like that.
You've
I'm
got
so
hand.
easy. I'm
In
easy.
the immortal words of George Costanza from Seinfeld, you've got hand, and you're ready to use it. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even know what I'm talking about. So
Yes, I do. I remember the episode.
I didn't think you watched, sir. I didn't think you watched Seinfeld, man.
Come on. Of course I watch Seinfeld. What are you kidding me?
All right. No,
Yes.
I learned
Isn't
something
it coming
new
to
every
what is it coming to?
Is it Netflix?
Netflix
It's
is
one of
about to get-
those.
That's going to be huge, bro.
Hey, but it's like the second one of these huge I think the first one they did with Hulu, and that was 800 million. So they're doing a second one. This show hasn't been on since 1998. And he's becoming him and Larry David are becoming even more multi-billionaires off a show about nothing that hasn't been on since 1998.
Just to show you exactly how much money Bill Cosby is losing.
Not
Just
only
saying,
Bill, Malcolm
just
Jamal.
saying.
Damn.
Just saying, the whole Cosby cast missing a
Those
lot of money.
residual checks, man.
Yes. A lot of money, bro.
Yeah, well,
A lot of money.
Anyway, good show. I liked it. This was interesting. Hearing from the man himself, Andy Jassy, and getting a little insight into his thoughts on what's going on.
I didn't see. Did you get insight? I got zero. That's my problem. I didn't get any insight. I don't know how the man thinks. I don't know. Yeah, it was just
You know that he wants regulation for AI, and he wants to have a hand in shaping it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey. And the Amazon TV is going to be where it all comes together.
It all comes together. Can't wait.
Alexa.
I'm so excited.
I've been waiting like a decade at this point.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. It's going on 8 years because I got my first Echo device.
Really? Has it been
Thanksgiving
8 years?
No, 7. Thanksgiving of 2014.
God.
Yeah, 7 years.
Wow. That's wow. I can't believe that. I'm tripping on that.
7 years. Well, this is the 10-year anniversary for Siri.
Yeah,
So there's that. Well, actually, I think more people still use voice on phones more than they do on these.
I guess. Yeah, I guess I can see that. I mean, yeah, I don't have an Apple phone, so you use that a lot on your phone?
You and John, I never use on my phone.
That's what I'm about to say. I don't use it on my. Me and John, what?
You guys are just haters, though.
We're not haters.
Haters, not haters. Haters with a Z on the end. That makes it even worse.
I think I'm getting old enough now. So
no, I know you're old enough.
I'm getting so old though that
How old is he?
That I won't give up my phone until it stops working now. I'm not trading phones every year. I could care less about that.
I'm on the 3-year program because I am going to get that new 13 Pro Max because the video camera in that thing is better than like almost anything I got.
Pretty much. I mean, that's why you waste all that money on that stuff. I'll be like,
anyway,
bro, whatever. And it's crazy because I look better than you.
Yeah, you said it right. Crazy, and that deserves.
My camera looks better. Look at my camera.
Yeah. Okay. Let me give you this.
All right, we're gonna work on you and this noise board. This is not going to be part of this show.
I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay. I can't even with you. Oh my God.
Anyway, folks, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining. That was awesome, Brent. I enjoyed going through his interview. That was fun.
Good stuff. We'll be back next week. Oh, unless you're going away someplace.
Nope, I'm here.
I'm going nowhere. I'm planning on going nowhere.
Yeah, well, that's been the story of his life, y'all. Story of his life.
And on that note, let me do this.
Peace.